So today we're going to teach you why you need to take the bar out of the rack with authority, why it's important. Coming up next. All right, so it's my good friend Michael Wolf, coach at Barbell Logic, longtime friend, brother from another mother. And we get a lot of new clients who have never really lifted heavy weights before, and they struggle with taking the bar out of the rack with authority. They take the bar out in sort of a loose or like sort of manner. They're not tight. We're going to talk about why that's important. One of the reasons is because when we take the bar out of the rack, the last thing we want is we don't want it to feel really heavy. If you take it out of the rack, it feels really heavy. You get this thing in your brain that says, I might not be able to lift it. And we want our clients to lift the weight, right? So let's show them what it might look like. So we're going to start with the press. We're going to talk about the press and the squat a little bit today. It really applies to almost all lifts. So on the press, this is what we'll typically see from a new client. So they'll walk up to the bar. They'll take bent wrists, they'll have bent wrists, their elbows are down behind their wrists, and they're not tight in their midsection, right? And they start to kind of stand up with it. You don't have to really take it out, and I know it's gonna feel terrible. They gotta stand out, and it just feels really, really heavy. Instead, what I wanna do is I wanna get myself in the same position I'm gonna be at the start of a press. And this is not a comfortable position, but it is a tight position. So I wanna throw my elbows forward, almost squat down, quarter squat down, step underneath the bar, quarter squat down, elbows forward, wrists straight, just like so. Big breath of air in your belly and sit up tall. Boom, just like that. Walk back, hold the air, take another quick breath if you need to, and pop it. Just like that. Now it feels lighter when you press it that way. That's the key. How's the difference when you take it out of the rack and you're all loose versus taking it out tight? It preps you for the lift. And more than anything, it both physically preps you for the lift and it mentally preps you for the lift, so it doesn't feel super heavy in your hands. I'll give you another example. I don't know if you ever use these, but for a lot of my clients, as they start to get stronger, I'll actually do what I call press starts, and I'll actually put 5% above their PR on the bar, and I'll have them at the end of their press workout take 5% above their all-time personal record, put it on the bar, and take it out with authority, walk back, and just throw it, and it'll only get to like forehead and come back down, but it teaches them what it feels like to have heavier weight in their hands than what they're used to. So the press is one of the most important exercises to take the bar out of the rack with authority. Let's do it one more time. So you're gonna approach the bar, take your grip, step up underneath the bar, quarter squat underneath, throw your elbows forward, straight wrist, and stand up tall and hard. Just like that. Walk back. So you notice he sets his Valsalva and takes a breath. Then he'll take another little breath before he actually presses. Good and down. Good and down. Walk it in. Staying tight. That's how we take the bar out with authority on the press. Let's look at the squat. Now remember, there's two components here. There's the physical component, which is how you're interacting with the bar. This is the first kind of interaction you have with the bar. Is you take it out of the rack. You want your body to physically be as tight as possible, right? Your feet are on the floor. You need to be able to push into the floor and have everything kind of between the floor and the barbell be rigid. So that's why we take the deep breath, bear down, have that kind of like I was gonna punch you in the belly, how you're gonna tense up, get as physically tight as possible. But number two, the mental component, right? When we are as physically tight as possible, we take the thing out with authority, and it's almost like we're talking to ourselves, we're talking to the barbell saying, you're not gonna beat me, you're not that heavy, I got this, lightweight baby, all that fun stuff, right? So here's what it should look like if we take the bar out with authority on the squat. You'll see him take the grip underneath. He's gonna step up underneath. He's gonna put the bar in the low bar position. He's gonna step all the way up underneath, take a nice deep breath, and then stand up tall with authority. Boom, walk back. You can see that nice cadence as he steps back out. Another deep breath again to set his air, and he squats. Just like that. Let's do one more. Perfect. And then walk it back in, touch the uprights, and good. That's great. That's how we take it out with authority on the squat. All right, hey Tim. All right. If you want to binge watch more great videos on lifting technique and getting stronger, click the link right up there.